Oh yeah. So we had on the doggone radio show Monday. Clarke show. Well, what you think was changing the name yeah. What the meeting is, how it's certified, so she's gonna, that's where I reach out to me. Well, we had communicated, we were expecting this past month. About whatever she wants to about her department. But you have to wait till the end of June now. Combine it with what she had in mind with the brand. But I'm going to Washington, D.C., so it'll be, yeah, it'll be a couple of cycles. Yeah, but yeah, we were waiting on her. Well, yeah, I got yeah, I can
hire kids and stuff. So hopefully they gonna have a job. All my high school students have jobs. How are you, friend? I'm well. I'm gonna use the teacher.
How's the people that I can go to the shop?
They're gonna teach me. How you? We're gonna see it. That's what we're gonna do out of DHL. We're gonna have some camp out of DHL.
Will you do the
It'll be 1 week, 1 day.
oh no. Not much better.
But they are. Because, this is the art. And, I pick them, and most of them do to convenience too. I'm often on this side of town. I don't have to be waiting all the time to get to me. My program goes like I want it to go. I want a contract. I want to put it in all this. And I want to. The goal is underlining is to increase the language arts. And we curriculum we use deals with language arts from a high school perspective. We teach people that's
Would everyone please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
On behalf of the faculty and staff of Foothills Education Charter High School and our Clarke Foothills campus, welcome to our graduation ceremony. My fellow students and I have worked extremely hard to accomplish this goal, Thanks for being here to support and witness our accomplishments on this most special occasion.
The graduating class of 2022 would like to give a warm welcome to our parents, family, and friends for being present for our graduation. We would also like to extend a special welcome to the following people: Foothills Superintendent Dr. Sherry Gibney Sherman, Foothills Governance Board Chairperson Dr. Nathan Franklin, State Representative Spencer Fry, State Representative Houston Gaines, Foothills Advisory Board Member Dr. Zernona Thomas, Foothills Central Office Team, and faculty and staff at Clarke Foothills. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ariel Campbell from the Walton Foothills campus, and I'm the 2022 Foothills Valedictorian. I would like to start off with a special thank you to all the staff at Foothills for being so helpful and supportive to all the students. They truly want to see everyone succeed in life, which is why they ask me, so what's next? Or what's your plans after graduation? To which I respond, I'm not sure, but I definitely want to travel the world. So when I was asked to write this speech, I instantly thought of Sandra Cisneros' story, 11. She says, "What they never tell you is that when you're 11, you're also 10 and 9 and 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Because when I get asked what's next, I think of my 11-year-old self who would quickly jump to tell you that she wants to go to Emory University to become an orthopedic surgeon. I'm a little jealous of her because she had it all planned out. But I also had another answer at 8 years old to the same question. I was going to be the President of the United States because my family always said I could. And at 5, I was going to be a teacher because I loved going to school. I'm also a little bit jealous of her. But now I'm standing here in my gown, so unsure of what I want to do for the rest of my life because I wanted to do so many things at different ages. However, one of my constant desires has always been to see the world, and I plan to make it happen. So my message to all of the graduates out there is that it's perfectly normal to be confused. We all had so many ideas of the extraordinary things we would do when we got older, layered on top of one another from the previous years, leaving us with so many options to choose from. So take a breather before rushing into something and know that it's okay to change your mind about your career path. Do what makes you happy and never settle for less. But for now, just appreciate this huge accomplishment and remember to keep appreciating all the things you accomplish in life. Congratulations to all the graduates here, and thank you to all the friends and family for coming out to support them.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Garrett Birch, and I'm the top site graduate for the Athens Foothill campus. I'd first like to congratulate everyone again on graduating, as this is a monumental occasion. We are now moving into the next phase of our lives. Some of you will be going into the workforce, others will go to college, and some of you might need a gap year to find themselves first. Either way, I hope you find something you love to do, since it could be what you do for the rest of your life. And though I say that, it doesn't mean it's going to be easy to find something you love. Just ask your parents. We now have to go out and try new things, have our life experiences. Just don't shy away from weird opportunities along the way. Since someone great once said, something weird might be something familiar viewed at a different angle. So keep an open mind, since what are you going to do with a closed one? I want to take a moment to share my thanks. I want to give a big thank you to my family. Thank you all for being in my corner this entire journey. Another big thank you to this great school and faculty. While I didn't spend the most time on campus, it was always perfect the time I was here, especially since without this place, I wouldn't know where I would be headed in life. I currently work at a welding academy as an instructor, and it's all thanks to this school for giving me the opportunity to better myself through their programs. I'm going to take a second to shed some light on that opportunity that I was given earlier in the year and ask you all one question. Do you know the average age of a welder? Don't worry, I didn't know either at the time. It's roughly 57 to 58 years old. And that means that in about 5 years or so, we're going to have a little bit of a problem on our hands. So that means we're going to have to buckle up and see what we can get done with. So think about this. Would you rather deal with customer service your whole life or work in your own space with no one over your shoulder telling you what to do and how to do it? And you make more money that way too. You can't, now, if you think that sounds like your jam, then you and I would be in the same boat since I made that decision earlier in the year. And you can come talk to me after the ceremony if you have any questions on welding. Anyways, the reason I said this is that question allowed me to go and decide what path I want to walk on for the time being. I now have a goal in mind for what I want to do with my future. I know I'm adding value and not taking away from it. And now, because of that, I look forward to my future, even if the path that got me here was a little weird. So, with that said, you never know what path you'll walk down in life till you take that first step. And we all did that here today. So, here's to us. Thank you.
Don't worry about it. Sorry for the delay, everybody. I don't have my glasses on, so I couldn't read the program, and my speech isn't in the book. What's up? I'm Spencer Fry. I'm the state rep representing Athens in the General Assembly here, and thank you all for being here. Thanks for the opportunity to be here. And you've already had so much wisdom from those great words that you said. Being a welder, I almost got that age right. I said 54. I think construction is in the same boat. And it's going to be interesting in a couple of years for sure. But I want to really just say the great point that you brought up earlier was the fact that take chances. And you said something about don't be afraid to do some strange things, right? Or something like that. I'm a horrible quoter. And I can't stress that more to y'all. And you think about what you're doing right now. You're graduating, going on. You're probably thinking like, golly, what the heck am I gonna do, right? Well, my mom asked me that when I was 35 years old. What are you gonna do when you grow up? And I'm here to tell you that I came up to Athens as an 18-year-old to go to college. Shouldn't have even been here. But they let me in school. Back then, they let anybody in UGA. And the graduates there are making my degree so much more, make me look smart these days. And I went to school for 7 quarters straight. And I called my dad one day and I said, Dad, I'm gonna sell everything I've got and move to California. And this was the summer of 1988. And he said, son, you don't have anything. And you know that poor man, a conservative Southern Presbyterian preacher, must have stayed up all night, this is pre-internet, to find me somewhere else to go besides California. And he called me the next day and he said, hey, I've got this great opportunity for you. You wanna move to Haiti and be an English teacher instead of California? And you wonder, like, he didn't want me to go to California, but he let me go to the most impoverished country on this side of the hemisphere. And that was an amazing experience. All my friends thought I was crazy because I was gonna just drop everything, drop out of college and go and live in Haiti. And I'd been there once before when I was little. But that's what the first speaker said. That's what you said. Don't be afraid to take opportunities that are presented to you, no matter what it is. And I work with a lot of young folks that are in college throughout my legislative programs. And the one thing I tell them is that nothing's permanent. Like a decision that you make right now is not gonna be the decision that you end up with. I promise you that. And don't be afraid to try some different things as you move forward. I didn't graduate from the University of Georgia until 2014. So from 1986 to 2014, I think I've got the world's record of the most years being at UGA. But the point is, just like you, I decided to go back and finish. And you've made a great decision to be here today. And it doesn't matter what's gone on. What matters is what you're gonna do. It's like nothing that happens to you matters. The only thing that matters is how you react to it. And you should never give up. You should always seek wisdom from a higher power and never give up. One of the things that I had done was ran for mayor of Athens, Clarke County. And I barely missed a runoff. It was horrible. I was just devastated. And I knew that if God wanted me to be the mayor, that I would be the mayor. But obviously God had bigger plans for me. And I ran for this seat as a state representative in order to expand a platform to deliver messages about people that I know don't have a voice in our community. But I didn't know whether I wanted to go through another campaign. It was tough to lose a race and then to try to jump back on the horse, right? But I'll tell you, my father-in-law told me something that was extremely important, and it's a message that I try to pass on to all the youth that I encounter. And I said, you know what? I'm really not sure if I should do this or not. And I rarely struggle with decisions, but this one was really getting to me. And he said, you know what, Spence? You see me as the dean of the vet school. But what you don't see are the 3 times that I tried to be the dean of the vet school. And you only see a slice of my life right now, but you don't see all the things that have happened that I have done to get to where I am today. And I say that because it's so important. When you go through, especially at y'all's age and what's going on in the world, man, it's crazy out there. But never forget, when you're looking at somebody that has a level of success, they didn't start there. You only see a slice of their current life as it sits in front of you. And you never see all the times that they tried to do something and weren't successful. And I want y'all to always remember that, because you never start out doing something as an expert. And you always got to try to be successful at what you're trying to do. And you should never give up at what you want to do. And that's about the best advice I got for you, except for doing what your parents tell you to do. I'm struggling with that myself right now. But you guys have made a decision to complete your education. And I know the program is an incredible program. I really want you to understand that you've got people here that are supporting you and that want you to succeed and want you to keep trying. And you're gonna fall, you're gonna stumble, the horse is gonna buck you off. But remember, it doesn't matter that you got bucked off. What matters is if you get back on or not. So congratulations to you all for your hard work, and thank you for your families, for your support that they've given you to get to where you are, and that they will give you to get to where you're gonna go. So God bless y'all, and keep up the great work. Thank you.
Hello. I'm very proud to be able to introduce you to the 2 Mama Joe Spirit of Foothills Award winners. These 2 individuals show the real spirit of Foothills by working hard regardless of whatever barriers are put in front of them. And this Mama Joe Award was named after my mother, Mama Joe. And we're so proud to award a monetary award to these students, and we're proud to do it each year. We have Francesca Gamino Castro from Walton County, and Chevelle Leanne Jett from Barrow County. And both of these students are going to tell their story and the barriers they overcome and where they are today. We could not be prouder. Thank you, ladies.
Hi, my name is Francisca Camino Castro. I'm from Walton Foothills side. My story is not the story of typical Foothills graduated. Imagine a millennial with a Gen Z generation in a classroom with the students who could be my daughters. I am a 36 years old mother of 5 who made sure her dream of earning a high school diploma came true. Even though I took her a little longer to achieve. A dream of graduating from high school ever since my family came to the U.S. when I was 14 years old. I will be the first to graduate of 5 siblings. During some very challenging years, like my mother's illness and trying to learn English, I never give up on my dream of graduating from high school. My path had many obstacles. Imagine being in a classroom where no one speaks your language without understanding a word that teacher says. That was my early life in high school. Eventually, I imagined to be complete most of my classes, but I could pass a state English writing test, so I could graduate. Feel like I was disappointing my family, especially my father, because he brought us to this country for a better future. I got married, moved to Georgia, and started a family. I never give up hope that one day I will get my high school diploma. When I hear about the Foothills and opportunity to be Foothills Plus students, I knew my dream of the future could come true. Raising my own child, I understood the importance of good education to be successful in life. I want to show them that with determination and perseverance, any goal is possible, and thus they should never stop chasing their dreams. Raising 5 kids isn't easy, but imagine trying to go to school while that's going on. Also, my family went through some tragedies, like the kidnapping of my father, my young brother, and 2 cousins. After 14 months, they give us the news that they have died. The death of my mother from her illness, and my father and my brother dead were devastating to me. Through all this sadness, I knew I had to keep chasing my dream. Many thanks to Foothills for the great opportunity you give me and for allowing me to reach my dream. Many people worked to make it possible for me to graduate and motivate me every moment. They made me feel at home, and now I have a better future for myself and my family. I would like to thank each teacher and every staff member of Walton Foothills. I am so grateful for their support. My father always wanted me to graduate from high school. I knew he would be proud of me today. A graduate, and I am training to be a counselor from Georgia Health Department WIC program. I would also like to look at options for a career of Athens Tech if I get the chance.
My name is Chevelle Jett, and I'm from the Foothills Barrow site. My Foothills story begins in March of 2020. The halls of Appalachia High School had been plagued with all the COVID precautions. Students were commuting 6 feet apart, equipped with earbuds and a mask. The new normal was here, and it was affecting the nation. The place I looked forward to going to every day had turned into a silent, dreary place that smelled of strong disinfectant. I started to hate school, which wasn't like me, so I decided to transfer to Foothills. I was welcomed into Foothills Barrow by the sweetest team of faculty and staff. I was paired with Miss Nicole Tadia, my mentor, who soon became my best friend. She was short compared to me, but always wore the cutest heels, which gave her some height. I met with Miss Stadia every time she was in the building. She always helped me reach my academic goals, but we also loved talking about our personal lives. She always cheered me on when I began my many different jobs in high school. When schools were closed due to the pandemic, we kept in touch. I often called her for advice or just to check in. She had been experiencing some mental issues, but showed no concern and always insisted that she was fine. In May of 2021, I had just turned 18 and decided to live with my boyfriend. We lived together still an hour away from Barrow County. My commute to school every day became a hassle and I started falling behind. My mental health had gone downhill once I moved, and I had only lived in one house my entire life, and change scared me. I became very anxious and was diagnosed with generalized anxiety, something Miss Stadia also struggled with. She encouraged me to talk to my physician, and from there on I started taking medication, which helps me every day. Some time has passed and I began to come out of my funk. I had started going to school every day during the week and seeing Miss Stadia every now and then. Our conversation slowly went from taking place down the hall to her texting me from the hospital. I continued school nevertheless and received an email at work in September with the subject line, "We regret to inform students that one of our mentors, Miss Nicole Tadia, has passed." My heart sunk. Foothills reached out and offered counseling, and I was set up with a new mentor. I've never experienced the death of someone close to me. I began to grieve the loss of my best friend and mentor and ended up not showing up to Foothills for over 2 months. I received a text from Miss Amy, my new mentor, checking in to see how I was doing. I agreed to meet up with her and started attempting school again. I began to feel motivated and attempted to finish 4 classes in a month and attempts to graduate in December, and it did not work. I completed 3 classes and was left with the dreaded Algebra 2, something Miss Stadia and I always agreed was longer than it should be. I started to dedicate myself to this goal of graduating and making Miss Stadia proud in February of 2022. I ended up finishing Algebra 2 with plenty of time before graduation, and thanks to Mr. Black and other math teachers. I also started a job at UGA, where I'm a laboratory animal care technician. This job was referred to me by one of Foothills' own alumni support, Miss Mary Kelly, who I'm very grateful for. I plan on studying wildlife biology and wildlife vet sciences at UGA in the coming months. I stand in front of you today with my glamorous heels and sense of accomplishment. I know that she's proud of me, and I am forever thankful for the impact she has left on my life.
Good evening. My name is Jeffrey Barnett, and I'm one of the graduation coaches here at the Clarke Foothills site. I'm pleased to be part of recognizing our graduates this evening, and it is our pleasure to share with you our scholarship awards at this time. We start off by congratulating Garrett Birch, who will be receiving an award of $500, a $500 scholarship for being our student with the highest grade point average at the Clarke Foothills Education Charter High School. Next, our congratulations goes to Perry Thomas. Perry Thomas will receive a $300 scholarship award for being our second highest grade point average student here at the Clarke Foothills site. Congratulations. And let me point out that every graduate of Foothills Education Charter High School who is headed to college or the military will be receiving a $200 scholarship from the Foothills Education Charter High School District Office. In addition, the staff here at Clarke Foothills Education Charter High School has a Student Appreciation Award Fund which provides all of our graduates with a $200 scholarship award for graduating. Also, along with an additional $100 scholarship award for attending the graduation ceremony. Wow. Yeah, please join me in congratulating all of our graduates this evening.
Good evening. I'm Mimi Middendorf, and I am another graduation coach. And I get to announce and the presentation of diplomas. Dr. Sherry Gibney Sherman, we present to you the Clarke Foothills Education Charter School graduation class of 2022. These students have met all graduation requirements mandated by the state of Georgia and our local governance board. It is now time to present them with their diplomas. Garrett Foster Birch. Garrett plans to continue his career in education and welding. He would ultimately like to either own his own business or run a school with a focus on helping others. Nice concept. Olivia Dorsey. Olivia Dorsey is going to go to Athens Tech, and she wants to go into nursing school. And just meeting her tonight for the first time, I'd be glad to have her take care of me if I ever needed to be in the hospital or in another situation like a nursing home. Jeremiah Foreman Julian. Jeremiah will be attending University of North Georgia Oconee campus in the fall. He plans to eventually transfer to a 4-year program to study sportcast journalism. And I think he should be a sportscaster because every single time he finished one of his units, he'd come in with this huge smile and so much motivation and excitement about every step of his way. And algebra too. Ryan Patrick McQuinn. Ryan would like to become a software engineer. He plans to take his SATs in June and look into his options. Very independent soul, and he is right now taking an online coding course to see whether it fits into his plans. Perry Claire Thomas. Perry plans to work at a nursing home while attending Athens Tech. She is very interested in helping others, especially with the life experiences she has already had in her short life. She also is interested in creating a more beautiful place in the world, which is what we need through her art and gardening. Congratulations to all the graduates. We are so proud of you, and it has been such a joy working with you.
Graduates of Foothills Education Charter High School class of 2022. Congratulations on your accomplishments. You may now turn your tassels from right to left side.
Congratulations, everyone. Now, a message from our superintendent, Dr. Sherry Gibney Sherman.
Hello, my name is Sherry Gibney Sherman, Superintendent of Foothills Education Charter High School. We thank you for coming to graduation. These are proud moments for us when we get to celebrate our students. But first, we'd like to thank people that are in the room. Students, we thank you for having a reason to celebrate. Parents, family, friends who are here celebrating, we thank you. Staff, we have nearly 1,000 employees working to make sure these students can graduate. We have site directors that provide leadership at each of our sites. We have a governance board who works to manage and make sure that we are doing all the work we need to do to serve our students. Our partner school districts and their communities help to provide space and resources for us to work with our students. The Georgia Department of Corrections works with us to make sure in our 3 prisons that we can serve students. Plus, we have the Northeast Georgia RESA Regional Educational Service Agency, and they work with us to bring resources across our region. A special thanks to Melanie Britton for organizing all of the scholarships and awards we present each year, and to Mark Chanel for organizing all the graduations throughout the district. We really want to thank the entire Foothills community who work together every day to support students as they earn their high school diploma and prepare for careers in college. It takes all of us. For you students, I want you to know that you're part of something bigger than where you are right now. We have 20 sites, and there's a lot of students across the state who are wearing blue gowns just like you. We're in 17 school district partner sites, and I'm going to tell you where they are, because you may have a friend or a cousin or a relative who may need the Foothills experience. We're in Baldwin County, Barrow County, Bibb County, Butts County, Clarke County, Franklin County, Greene County, Jackson County, Jasper County, Madison County, Morgan County, Oglethorpe County, Social Circle City, Walton County. Plus, we have a virtual site that's 100% virtual. And right now, we're capped at 350 students who come across the state of Georgia to learn with Foothills. As I said, we have 3 sites that are in 3 prisons. They're in Arendelle, Burris, and Phillips. We have 2 sites at our Youth Challenge program, one at Fort Gordon and one at Fort Stewart. Now listen to this. Since we opened our doors in 2015, we have had 1,714 graduates since we opened, and that's as of May the 11th, 2022. And there's more to come because our school year is not over yet. So where are we now? Since we opened our doors in 2015, we have served 14,505 students. Over 14,000 students have entered our doors seeking an alternative way to earn a high school diploma. Now, all haven't finished, but many have, and we could not be prouder. And for those students, our program has developed since we opened. We have support for life skills for students, helping them to be prepared to work with life, including medical health services at some of our sites. We've established a Weld Ready program at Barrow, Jackson, and Madison sites where high school students are earning welding credentials. And every one of our students who graduates from one of these programs, they're offered a job at the completion. So as a high school graduate, they're getting jobs at Caterpillar, Kubota, and more. We also have other career-ready programs that students are participating in. A precision machining and technology, emergency medical technician, healthcare, and more. And we're working hard to make sure we're not only supporting students as they earn their high school diploma, but we're making sure our kids are career-ready too, and they are. 5 years ago, we established an alumni transition team. We're about to have our 4th member of that team, and they work with students in their senior year, and as the students get closer to graduation, they help them find jobs, complete college applications, job applications, and help them bridge over to the next step in life. We continue to work on our curriculum to make sure it's the best it can be for our students. We have data teams, curriculum teams, to making sure that we align to Georgia standards and the students have the best opportunity for learning. We have instructional coaches for all of our sites to make sure that our teachers are doing it the Foothills way. And one thing that we were able to do with our Youth Challenge program is to offer a quality virtual option. So our students work at each of their campuses in a virtual setting, and if they're within 5 hours of graduation when they finish the Youth Challenge program, they can come on back and we'll help them finish until they get to the finish line. We continue to offer Foothills Plus, and Foothills Plus is for students who have already aged out. So regardless of their age, if they're within 5 credit hours of graduation, we can serve them. We do have to charge a tuition, but it's very small. And actually, our oldest graduate is, I believe, is 72 years old. So we're there for those who want to earn a high school diploma. I mentioned we're in our 3 state prisons, and since we've opened, we have awarded 391 high school diplomas. And what we have discovered, if a student earns a high school diploma from Foothills, when they're released, they don't come back to prison. And the average rate of prisoners who come back to prison after being released is actually 40%. For Foothills, it's 1%. Foothills is making a difference. We also offer something called credit transfer. That means a student can be enrolled in their regular high school and they can attend Foothills part-time and earn credits that they can transfer and take back to their home school so they can graduate with their peers. And to date, we have served 1,920 students in this transfer program. And we're just as proud as those graduates as we are our own. And there's something you may have heard about, and it's real important for you to know, is Senate Bill 153. It was a law that was passed in 2021. And a lot of things happened with that, and we're working on it. But one thing that happened is Foothills is now working under the Georgia Department of Education. And we're working closely with the Georgia Department of Education to make sure that students have access to Foothills option for many years to come. And it's important, if you're sitting in this room, to make sure that the students and families and friends let our legislators know, and our Department of Education, how important Foothills is to you and your future. We need to make sure that students have this opportunity in the future for a quality high school experience, for students to be job prepared, and for students to be life prepared, and that you have the option to work at your own rate and at the time you can so that you can take care of you and your families. We have high quality adults who work with you as you navigate high school. As a matter of fact, we assign a mentor to every student. And that mentor's task is to stay with you and meet with you at least once a week to make sure there are no barriers that are getting in your way from finishing your high school. Other students deserve this opportunity, and we need you to help us make that happen. As a Foothills graduate, you took the chance to enroll in a different kind of high school. We are different. You worked at your own pace. We're open all year. We're open at night. You work in a hard, no one gives you a diploma. You work very hard in a small classroom setting with adults that come in and out of your life. You are brave to have done this. You are smart, you are loved, and don't ever forget that. You are appreciated. Thank you, graduates, for representing Foothills Education Charter High School.
Thank you, Dr. Gibney Sherman, and always thank you for your support. I am Dinah Posey. I'm one of the site directors here at Clarke Foothills. Thank you, everyone, for coming. It's been a great night. I couldn't be more proud of this group of seniors. Yes, you're going to throw those in a little bit, so hang on, Olivia. She's got this code. But first, I'd like to thank also individually Ms. Mindendorf and Mr. Barnett, our graduation coaches. They've been planning for a long time to make this a special night for you guys, and they have succeeded, so thank you so much. I know they're out there somewhere. And Miss Burns, she always provides refreshments for afterwards, so make sure you enjoy that. Congratulations to all of our graduates. At this time, we'd like the graduates that have the opportunity to share your thoughts. Thank those who've helped along the way. And it's just open mic, and it's your choice. So, but right now you can come on up.
First, I want to thank my girlfriend, Kinsey. She pushed me to graduate, so I don't know what I would be without her. First, my family, they pushed me hard and helped me throughout my journey. And then also the faculty and staff at Foothills, they're tremendous and they helped a lot. And finally, I want to shout out my mom, who's also a teacher here, and she's really the only reason I graduated and finished Algebra 2 in like 2.5 weeks, so thank you.
It's really been a journey, and honestly, I would not be here without my wonderful family and the whole team at Foothills for making this possible, because on my own, I would not be here. But nobody gave up on me. Every single day, my family encouraged me to go to school and to just make that a reality, graduation. And graduating high school it's so much more than just like a diploma. It really is like what you make it, and this is like, I know this is the next step for me, and I couldn't have reached this place without my dad encouraging me throughout everything to go to school, and always asking if I needed a ride, and always being there. Thank you so much for all the opportunities that you've given me and for pushing me to get there. And I'd also like to thank my stepmom, Kristen, for also encouraging me to be my best self and to go to school. I wouldn't have been able to take this next step without them and their support, and I'm just so grateful. And also my little brother Grayson for giving me a reason to do this so I can be a positive example. And I want to say thank you to all the teachers at Foothills for bringing me here too, because they made that place so warm and just like a good place, and it was always a good time. We had fun in there, and it seems like it'd be boring, you know, on a computer, but it wasn't. We had a good time. And like all of that hard work, I really wouldn't have been able to do it if they hadn't been there encouraging me. And I'd like to thank Miss Posey for getting me out of the tree. And for always supporting me throughout this. Every day I would come in. You always had a smile. And even when I wasn't like my best self, like everyone was still there for me. And I would also like to thank Miss Mimi for being the most supportive and encouraging graduation coach ever. I really feel like she touches the hearts of like who she meets, and especially me. Like you like know me so well, and it's incredible. Everyone has been so wonderful, and it's been a pleasure to have come this far. Thank you so much.
I'll give it a few more time, but I will have to, that is true about Perry and the tree, so. But I'll give a few more minutes if anybody wants to come up. All right. Now's the time. All right. Okay. I knew she would. I was hoping.
Hey, I'm Olivia. I would just like to give a good shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Gordon for always having faith in me, and their grandson James, who I love so much. I would like to give a big shout out to my boyfriend's family who took me in when times got hard, and my family who never gave up on me on the way, and the Foothills team. Miss Wynn, she's not here. Miss Wynn. And I officially graduated from Foothills Virtual, so if y'all are watching this, thanks. Okay. Thank y'all.
Thank you everyone for attending. Please join us for refreshments after the graduates have exited for their ceremony, but I think right now they want to get a little crazy. So go right ahead.